Welcome back. So, if you've been paying any attention to global travel trends lately, there's this one teardrop-shaped island in the Indian Ocean that is just absolutely dominating the conversation for 2026. I'm talking about Sri Lanka. It's experiencing this explosive surge in popularity right now, and today we're going to break down exactly why in this explainer.
Okay, let's just jump right into the agenda. We're looking at why it's the top 2026 travel destination, diving into the wildlife and natural wonders, the ancient culture and heritage, that iconic train ride, and finally, exactly when to go.
Section 1, the 2026 travel destination, why Sri Lanka is #1.
So, a recent Book Treats report actually just crowned Sri Lanka the world's top trending wellness destination. And the big question is why? Well, it's because they're seeing a massive 100% year-over-year surge in wellness travel demand. People are totally shifting away from just, booking a standard massage and calling it a day. They're craving holidays that promise deeper rejuvenation, and Sri Lanka is absolutely delivering on that front.
What's really driving this surge is a perfect storm of factors. You've got these deep-rooted, doctor-led Ayurvedic wellness traditions that literally date back more than 2,000 years. And you pair that with incredible affordability, like a 3 to 4 day wellness retreat starts at roughly $372. Plus, since May 2026, Sri Lanka completely waived visa fees for tourists from 40 countries. So suddenly you're looking at absolutely unbeatable value for your travel dollar. It's really a no-brainer.
Section 2, wildlife and natural wonders, Africa's rival in Asia.
A lot of folks actually don't realize that Sri Lanka genuinely rivals an African safari, just in a much more compact setting. Take the majestic Sri Lankan leopard, for example. The island boasts one of the highest densities of leopards in the entire world, specifically prowling around the dirt paths of Yala National Park. Unlike some African reserves where big cat sightings can be a bit of a gamble, your chances of spotting these elusive predators here are just remarkably high. Now, if you're looking to track down Sri Lanka's Big Four, you've got some incredible options. Beyond the leopards in Yala and Wilpatu, you've got these massive Asian elephant gatherings in Udawalawe and Mirissa. Then there's the super reclusive sloth bear hanging out in the dry zone forests. And if that wasn't enough, just off the coast, in places like Mirissa and Trincomalee, you can spot the largest animal to ever exist on Earth, the blue whale. I mean, it's an absolute dream for any wildlife enthusiast.
Section 3. Ancient culture and heritage, layers of history.
But it's not just about the wildlife. The island is so deeply layered with ancient civilizations and colonial history. Just think about this density for a second. There are 8 UNESCO World Heritage Sites crammed into an area roughly the size of Ireland. Because of its compact size, you could literally travel from a towering ancient temple to a well-preserved Dutch colonial fort in just a matter of hours.
And arguably, the most famous of these sites is Sigiriya. It is a breathtaking 5th century rock fortress that rises a sheer 200 meters straight out of the jungle. It was built by King Kashyapa and features ancient frescoes, a mirrored wall, and these extensive ruins of a palace right at the flat summit. It's a true marvel of ancient engineering, and honestly, seeing it in person is just mind-blowing.
Moving on to Section 4, the iconic train ride, Kandy to Ella. For so many people, this right here is the absolute highlight of their entire trip. Picture this. You're on a 7-hour, slow-moving journey, snaking through emerald tea plantations and mist-covered mountains. This old-fashioned blue train crosses the magnificent 9-arch bridge, which is an engineering marvel originally built by the British to transport tea. And the crazy part? It was constructed entirely of brick, rock, and cement, without a single piece of steel support anywhere.
Now, I've got a really crucial insider tip for you when you go to book this journey. Counterintuitively, you actually want to avoid first class. I know that sounds weird, but first class has sealed, air-conditioned windows. And honestly, that completely ruins the experience. In second and third class, the windows and doors are wide open. You get the real, authentic local experience, smelling the fresh tea leaves in the air and buying spicy samosas and salty peanuts from the local vendors who just hop right on at the stations.
Literally, dangling your feet out the door of a second-class carriage provides that absolute thrill and connection to the landscape that travelers will cross the globe for. It's a real buzz for people who want to feel the wind through their hair as they travel. Just remember to pull those legs back in when you arrive at the platform.
Okay, one more insider trick for this journey. Try to sit on the right-hand side of the train until you reach Nuwara Eliya.
This guarantees you get the most sweeping, unobstructed views of those misty highland valleys and emerald tea fields. Then, after Nuwara Eliya, if you can pull it off, swap over to the left side for the rest of the trip down to Ella. Trust me on this one.
Finally, Section 5. When to go. Navigating the dual monsoons. So Sri Lanka's weather is notoriously tricky to figure out because it's governed by two alternating monsoons. But once you understand how they work, the weather isn't actually a problem at all. It's a massive solution. It makes the country a genuine year-round destination. You just have to pick the right coast. If you're traveling between December and March, head down to the southwest and south. Planning a summer trip, the East Coast will be beautifully dry and sunny from April to September, while the West gets dumped on.
A few final planning tips to keep in mind here. The shoulder seasons are absolutely fantastic because they offer far fewer crowds and incredibly lush landscapes. And hey, even during the monsoon seasons, the downpours are typically short and sharp. They very rarely ruin a whole day. Also, don't forget that the Central Highlands stay pretty cool year-round, averaging around 15 to 18 degrees Celsius. So always pack layers for the tea country, because it can seriously feel like a crisp autumn day up there, even when the beaches down below are sweltering.
We've covered the explosive wellness trend, the African-level safaris, ancient rock fortresses, and arguably the world's most scenic train ride. Sri Lanka isn't just a vacation, it's basically an antidote to the modern grind. With golden beaches, ancient ruins, and wild leopards just a train ride away, the real question isn't whether you should go. It's what are you waiting for to finally book that ticket? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you on the next one.
Join us.
Subscribe now for travel tips and inspiration.